North Carolina vinyl picker here on a Monday. I'm going to do a two-parter this week. And the first part's going to be I'm going to try to get it in about 10 minutes. So if you hang with me for about 10 minutes, at the end of the first 10-minute segment, I'm going to tell you about Wednesday night's show. I got a special guest that's going to show up here on Wednesday night. And I'm going to announce that at the end of my first one here. Well, I just want to show you this week my pickups for the week. This week I had a chance to go to Play It Again. Play It Again Records and CDs is in Valdez, North Carolina, right on the main drag. He's got a great store. He used to have other stores back in the day. I guess he had one in Shelby and a couple other places. But he's got a really good assortment of new records, and he has lots of vintage vinyl and a lot of $5 records. I go down there with $30 or come home with 6 records. So, but anyway, yeah, Valdez, North Carolina, and it's called Play It Again. And then I met up with David Gibson. David Gibson, of course, the vinyl ambassador, and he's a really great guy. When we went to the North Carolina Charlotte record show, that's down in South Charlotte, down in I forget the name of the little area. It's called Ballantyne, I think. Excuse me. So yeah, we met up. We went to the show and we got lots of records, and I'm going to show you those here in just a second. And then after that, we went across the street. I told him there's a place over there called the Hickory Tavern, and they have really good food, and we both got some tacos and enjoyed them. I'm sporting my Yankee attire today, even though we're in August and we're going down the home stretch here, and my team is almost dead last. It's almost in the cellar. Almost unheard of, the Baltimore Orioles being in first place. But it's kind of an upside down season. We'll see what happens here going forward. But as usual, the Yankees need pitching. They need some pitching and some timely hitting and leaving too many men on base. So you got to score runs. You can't just leave them on base. You got to get them home. But true and true Yankee fan ever since I was a baby, and I had pinstripes on my diapers, so I've been told. So I don't know if that's true or not. So let's get into the records. And I got a few things from eBay and Discogs, but the one record I got in today, I'm going to put in the box for next weekend. So that way I can start collecting again for next weekend. Every week I say, I can't believe I got this much stuff this week, this much great stuff. I said, I'll never top that next week. But it always I end up bringing home a bunch more stuff. So I don't know how that works. But just lucky, I guess, or just being the North Carolina picker that I am. Just out there banging them bushes. So we're at the Play It Again records, tapes, and CDs it's in Valdez, North Carolina, right on the main drag. And I found this gem, the Cat Stevens Foreigner in a blue cover, because it was RCA back then, belonged to the RCA Record Club, and they released it on blue cover. The record is in black, but the album is in blue. And Cat Stevens, of course, personal favorite of mine. I've been listening to him a long time. Many people of my generation did. So there you go. And that's the first one I wanted to show you. And that's the album Foreigner. If you never heard it, it's fantastic. All his records are great. Even going back to early Cat, when he was a folk singer in the UK and whatnot. And then I had seen this. I actually saw this down in Belmont one time, and I passed on it. It was pretty expensive. I got it for $5. I think that's what I told. That's what I told David, that I'm going to go in. I brought $100 to the record show. I'm getting off track. I got the record show. I brought $100, and I was looking for $25 records while I was there to come home with a big old stack. That's my MO. And I ended up finding a couple for $3. So there you go. I found we'll get back into that at the end of the Band on the Run. Look at that. $3. Can't beat it. It was $3, and it was filthy dirty. And it was at Play It Again. And then I brought it home, put it in my Humming Guru, gave it a few spins. Man, it sounded great. $3. He had this one there, Neil Diamond, Tap Root Manuscript. This is a great album. Right in that sweet spot for me where Neil, right in there early, but not too early. And this one's a German import. I could tell because the cover was real flimsy. But there you go. $5. I think I paid $5 for that. And Steve Kahn, he's a jazz fusion guitarist. And there was a promo there of this album. And I have this album, a non-promo, that I'll be putting in my store. And speaking of the store, it's on Discogs. And it's Big Chief Vinyl 57. Yeah, I just sold a CD today. I got a whole bunch of Wishbone Ash and there's a whole bunch of different Hawkwind and CDs. I got a whole bunch of CDs on there that I picked up in Marion. If you'd watched my show a few months back, I went over to that big old hall that was in that auto repair shop. That was crazy. You know, I found all them CDs. Steve Kahn, Evidence. Found another copy of this there. I didn't want to leave it behind for $5, and I'll be putting one of these copies in the store as well. Mr. Bongo, yes, Windows. A great jazz new age band. I have the CD, been listening to it for a long time, and to find it on vinyl for $5, can't beat it. And this one here is sealed, Mr. Bongo by Windows. Seen Steve Howe's first album, Beginnings, where he tries to sing and fails miserably. But Bill Bruford's on this and some others, and that was $5. And I see that thing all the time for 10 or 15. I saw it there for $5 and picked it up. Yes, this was $4. This is the EP. Back in the day, back in the 90s, in the 80s, we had EPs back then. And those were full length, 33 1/3. Most of the time played at 45. This one here is played at 33 1/3. And it's the Owner of a Lonely Heart Red Blue Remix Dance version. Everybody should have that. Then I went to the record show. And I met up with Mr. Gibson down there, the vinyl man, the vinyl ambassador, You know, I met royalty while I was there, and then I went to this guy, and he had $5 records there, all the way in the back. David said, "I've scoped out the whole place. I know where to go." I said, "Okay, let's go. Let's get this done." And we're gonna hopefully meet up in November for Record Store Day. But anyway, that's another story. Quadrophenia with the book. The book was in here, and I had sold my other copy online on Discogs. Didn't have the book. It was a good copy though, but I wanted to get one with the book, and I found one for $5. Another case of where the record was filthy dirty, and I took it, put it in the old Humming Guru. Away she went, and cleaned it right up. I think I ran it through twice. Discovery, ELO. I paid $14. I paid up a little bit for this one, folks. $14. Got quite a shine on there. Yeah, this is ELO Discovery. Someone told me that this is their last great album. I don't know about great. It's got the disco feel to it. It's got the Xanadu thing going on. So this must have been their Xanadu album. The last song on here, Don't Bring Me Down, that was the big hit off of that album. Elton John, Brown Dirt Cowboy. This was $5, and this is a really nice copy. Again, from that same guy that I got the Quadrophenia. It was dirty. A lot of dirt and dust and sand and stuff in and around it. So I cleaned it all, wiped it all down, put the record through the Guru, and I spun out Elton John. He sounded great. David said I should pick this one up. Jade Warrior, Kites. He said another guy in the VC really likes some of the same music I listen to. So he said he would like it. I said, then I know if he likes it, you like it. So there you go. Black vinyl and Jade Warrior. I've never heard any of Jade Warrior's music, but I'm willing to give it a spin. And then I was over by the on the other side of the room, and I saw this over there, James Newton Howard and Friends. This got a couple of members from Toto on here. This is a fantastic album. It's on Sheffield Lab. It's a audiophile record. And I already have one copy of this on vinyl. I have 2 copies of this on a CD. So one of these copies will probably go in the store. I'm not sure. It's such a great album. Everybody should have this in their collection. It sounds so good. If you have a really nice stereo and you want to try out some new gear or something, this would be the album to get, because it's like I said, it's Sheffield Labs, and it's a audiophile pressing. Drama. Again, back to the guy that had the Dirty Records, and this one here is the Drama promo, which I already have a copy of this, so this is a second copy of this one. I keep finding second copies of records instead of getting new stuff. Drama promo, yes, and it's got the promos up here. It's got the timestamp here. I didn't want to leave it behind. I didn't want to leave it behind in a box of 60 other dirty, filthy records. So I picked it up, brought it home, and I resurrected it. I cleaned it all up, took the vinyl, put it in the machine, and then I saw Mike down there at the show, and he's got a store down in South Carolina. And this here is Softs. This is Soft Machine. This is the only album I didn't have that I wanted from the band Soft Machine. This is like the midpoint towards the end of their existence. And Alan Holdsworth's not on this one. Matter of fact, Alan Holdsworth had a heavenly birthday yesterday. He passed away a few years back. But yeah, this is it's a live album. Too bad it didn't have Holdsworth on it, but he was off doing UK, I think, by this time. 76. No, he was playing with Bruford first. And then I saw Mike and said the same place, and he sold me this one. This is Nectar Live, Sounds Like This. And this was on my want list. I think I'm down to like one Nectar album I need left. It was just incredible, the amount of stuff I got. Oh, I'm on to 12 minutes already. I'm going to try to wrap this up. Steve Smith, Vital Information. There you go. And Steve Smith was the drummer for Journey. And then when he started getting more poppy and stuff, he went and started his own fusion group. Because the first couple albums from Journey are kind of proggy, fusiony. And then they went into that other thing where they got the other lead singer, and off they went. Made millions of money. So Steve Smith, this is a really good album. It's a fusion album. $5, can't go wrong. Seen it for a lot more. Then I went to Discogs. I've been trying to get a few things from Discogs this week. And Das Boot. This is the soundtrack from Passport. And Klaus Doldinger, he did the soundtrack for this, about a German U-boat in World War II, I believe. Great movie. I've seen it. It was a long, long time ago. Then I got this one on eBay or Discogs, one of the ones. I go through it every day, and I look, and I have things pop up, and if it's cheap, then I'm going in on it, and then hopefully I'll pick it up. And a lot of times, the stuff that I'm listening to, because I've been told I'm pretty eclectic, that nobody else wants. But anyway, enough said with that. Mahavishnu Orchestra, Between Nothingness and Eternity. This is a quadraphonic pressing. It sounds spectacular. This is their third album, and I was showing you last week that this was actually supposed to have been their third album, but it got scrapped and pushed back until, I don't know, about 10 years ago. And then they came out with this album, a live album, because they were breaking up after the first 2 albums. That band was breaking up and imploding from inside the group, like a lot of bands, dysfunctional. And then John McLaughlin later on got Jean-Luc Ponty instead of Jerry Goodman, and he replaced just about all the people in the band. But yeah, Mahavishnu. And one last one today. It's Passport, and it's promo running in real time. This was online. I think it was $5 with shipping. So there you go. Now, I told you if you waited to the end, I was going to give you some good news. I'm going to try to get this in 15 minutes here. The 10 records from 10 countries is what I'm going to show you. And that's going to be on this Wednesday. 10 records from 10 countries. 10 different countries. And I got a special announcement, a special guest Not announcement. I'm giving you the announcement now. I got a special guest that's going to show up and give you that top 10 right there of those on Wednesday evening. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a hoot. Take care out there. Support them troops. Thank you for all my new subscribers. And if you like my channel, like and subscribe. It really helps. I'm almost to 800. Can you get me to 800? I think I'm 15 away now. So I got 785 people that are watching my show. No, actually, I think only 70 people watched last week. But that's okay. No, baby steps. That's what they say, baby steps. Oh, one more thing I forgot. This was like one of the most important things I was going to tell you. I got this poster that was in the Elton John album. And this is something I've been waiting all my life for. Look at there. Elton John Fan Club. That was in the... Yes, I can join, send away $4 to the Elton John Fan Club in Ventura Boulevard, Woodland Hills, California. And this was put in there in 1970 for $4. Oh, can you beat that? You think I should send it off and see if I can join the fan club? I did that once before. I sent something to California to join the Columbia Record Club, but they said I had free record. But they sent it back and they said, "Here's your $1 back." So, well, maybe I should go ahead. I get this one includes actually 2 full color posters, 8x10 autographed picture, newsletter, tour schedule, record and tape information, and latest priority and Elton John products. There you go. Can't go wrong. 16 minutes, almost 17 minutes. And I'm sorry I kept you so long. But stay tuned for Wednesday. Special guests showing up. I'm going to give you those 10 records from 10 countries. Can't wait to share this with you. It's going to be good. So we'll see you then. Take care out there. North Carolina Vinyl Picker. I'm out of here.